happening? This is Lori from Flyswatter. So we're gonna have a new episode. It's the 10 questions. Today we have a special guest. Robert from Boysetsfire is gonna be here and answering all the crazy stuff you always wanted to know. So make sure to click the subscribe button down below and let's go.
10 questions with my brother from another mother, Flory from Flyswatter. My first record was by the beautiful Whitney Houston. Record was called Whitney. It had a couple of banging hits on it, and the record died a couple of years later when I tried to reenact hip-hop scratching to the kind of a sad ending, but it's still a beautiful record. Rest in peace, Whitney. That's an interesting question. Never thought about that. The first non-musician I had a crush on, that Lee Majors TV series, The Stunt Guy, Heather Thomas, I think. And that was the first time when I was a child. Maybe girls are not so bad. But musician crush? Michael Jackson, maybe? Changed everything. Like, everything was Metallica. I grew up in a small village in Bavaria and metal was the thing. It's like 8, 9, 10 years old. I started getting into music with Michael Jackson, but then, you know, I started to listen to more hard rock, Bon Jovi and that type of stuff. And then Metallica burst onto the scene with their heavy sound. And then when their Black album came out, I was 13 and that changed everything. It was the hugest sound we had ever heard. So yeah, Metallica made me want to become a musician. Everything started with Metallica for sure. Anyone's ever getting into music, you always got to start with the Beatles. Everything starts with the Beatles and everything kind of ends with the Beatles. I also personally really love George Harrison's solo work. I think All Things Must Pass is by far the best Beatles solo record. Start with the Beatles, work your way towards George Harrison and throw a little reggae in there. Beatles, George Harrison, reggae music. Done. Thing on the Misery Index. Really love that record. Can't help it. Thanks for the Crutches. I love Requiem. I love Eviction Article because it has a great like bounce to it. You can dance to it, which I'm a glorified cheerleader or dancer. The bass only gets played here and there. Eviction Article when we play live. To listen to the Misery Index. I like playing live a lot better than being in the studio. My attention span is not great. I want to get out of there again. I'm not great with sitting down. I want to move around. That's why I'm a yoga teacher. So playing live comes a lot more naturally to me than sitting in a dark basement room, the same song 458 times. Playing live for sure. With any band touring with a nightliner, pooping in the nightliner, that's a no-no. To put your wet and gross stage clothes, sweaty stage clothes in the nightliner after the show. They go to the laundromat or they go in the trailer. Like the Indians say, cleanliness is next to godliness, or cleanliness is key. Some sort of exercise, and then we will get together and maybe find a gym. Just keep moving. I think the working out and movement and breathing part has a lot more to do with the mental ability. Touring is rough because you're around a lot of people all the time. You don't sleep great, you don't eat great. Movement is key. Like my yoga teacher said, to sweat every day and to laugh every day. That will keep you healthy, and that counts for a tour as well. So movement is a big do. Definitely not material to share with anyone, but I have a couple pretty crazy stories. Crazy fight stories, drunken stories from back in the day. You know, nowadays, the last 15 years or so, everything's been pretty tame. And when we were a lot younger, there's some crazy shit that went down for sure, so not to be told though. Boysetsfire is gonna play live again, hopefully soon, but who knows, right? We had to postpone a couple of things. Actually be on a short festival run right now, and as you see, I'm not. Next year, I'm hoping for next year, fingers crossed, that this corona shit is behind us or we have an antidote. But yeah, we really look forward to going out there again. So stay tuned. I hope we'll see each other in 2021. Much love to my brother Flory. Thanks for the 10 questions, and peace to everyone watching. Thanks a lot. Take care.